Well, welcome back, and this is gonna be like sort of like the evidence that kind of supports the nonsense, which is that the Charlie Kirk assassination was another one of those PSYOPs using witchcraft. Now, as you can see, we have a snake here inside of the Kabbalah, and maybe you can see the snake eyes. But bringing us back to snake eyes, and that's where the whole thing falls apart for me, because there's some predictive programming inside here, where inside of the movie Snake Eyes, which was filmed in 1998, sort of already starts revealing something a little deeper, okay? That when you start looking at the numbers, okay, 1998, you will get your 999 as 8 plus 1 equals 9, and you can see your 999, and when you turn it upside down, you get your witchcraft. That's right, witchcraft equals 666 in English gematria. So that being said, we are going to look at where all this comes from, and I've said it before, this comes from your gov. That's right, the government. The government is surrounded here by, well, actually this is the Queen, but she happens to be the Queen of England, one of the biggest empires, and these are Druids. And if you see the definition of Druids, Druids are magicians. So magicians work very closely with government. And if we look at our friend over here, Obama, he was dressed up at one of his after parties in this guy, which we all know right now is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which happens to be Aleph in disguise, and that happens to be God and Lord and all that, and King. Okay, so this nonsense started a long time ago, where they started using pictograms, and from there on, magic was introduced inside of religions, and well, that's what's running the world right now. Not religions, but magic. So let's go back to Charlie Kirk here, who unfortunately seems to have passed away. Now, I say that with a lot of reservations, because the movie Snake Eyes says, do not believe your eyes, okay? Or what you see. Now, that's going to be important because remember during 9/11, there was magic as well as a PSYOP operation. Now, this seems to be the same thing, and we're going to look at the numerology that was presented in front of us. You had 4747 and 47, and these 47, 47, 47 equals your 11, 11, 11, and that equals your 33. And if you've been on this channel before, you know it means magic. And let's break it down a little further, okay, where I actually have to put a little line here, because numbers are angles. And so you have your 444, there is 3 4s, and that equals your 12, and there is 7 3s, and that equals your 21. And as you can see, we have a little bit of number magic here. You got a 21 and a 12, but that equals your Vesica Pisces and your circle, the eye. And who is the eye? Well, that is your father, because your father in Hebrew is the first and second letter of the Hebrew alphabet. And that is also the word Aleph Bet, which is a phonetic duality for alphabet. Okay, so we went over here, and now we can see that if we add up the number 47, 47, 47 equals 141, and 141, 1 plus 4 plus 1 equals your 6, and your 6 equals your hexagram, and your hexagram is equal to your witchcraft, as 6 points, 6 triangles, and a hexagon in the middle. That's your 666, and that has to do with witchcraft right here. And you can actually count witchcraft through the tree of the Kabbalah as 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6, 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals 15, 5 plus 1 equals 6, and 7 plus 8 plus 9 equals 24, also equaling 6, and that's your 666, and it brings you back to witchcraft. So the religion and the religious symbols come out of this nonsense. And this is very important, because this religious nonsense comes out of the Hebrew alphabet, and the last letter, the last symbol of the Hebrew alphabet is the cross, and you all bow down to the end of the alphabet, who happens to have died on a cross, okay, which is Jesus. But I already went through all that. So as you can see, NATO, you got NATO, and then autant, okay, you can see the little word magic here. Well, they used it over here too, 12 and 21. So the duality, the duplicity is all about that inside of their little fun game. And you know that the word MAGA has to do with witchcraft. MAGA also spells out 22. 22 is equal to this path inside of the tree of the Kabbalah, which is witchcraft. And you will find 22 in the windows of the White House. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on top, and there's 11 openings underneath, and you have your 22. And when people say amen when they are in their religious service, that equals 33, that equals your magic and also your witchcraft indirectly. So the world is run by witchcraft, and whatever's going to come out of this is not going to be the truth, because it's a witchcraft trick inside of a PSYOP. So sorry, I know the people are trying to follow the evidence, and as the evidence goes, I see everything happening as it did during 9/11, things that don't make sense, and the narrative, and you'll never find the guilty party. And that's just too bad, because you're just gonna be like a dog running after its tail. You're never gonna catch it, and it's unfortunate that this happened, and it was done under witchcraft. Okay, so that's it. That's the news for today. All right, and have a great day.